Hey family, how are you guys doing? I hope you're having a beautiful time in at whatever time you're able to experience this video. This message is gonna be deep. I'm gonna take my time with it because I feel like this is a communion between me, you, and God. We are definitely about to take a deep dive into who God is, what God is. What I mean by when I say that you are the reflection, okay, and you are a God. Welcome to the Portal of Alignment. My name is Shay if you're new to the channel. What it do? If you don't like cussing words or swearing, or if you don't like what you may feel like is vulgar language, you might as well exit the building left, okay? It's really not that deep for me. And I feel like that's a prime example on what I mean by the topic that I'm about to get into. Yeah, thank you guys for your engagement. Thank you for all your likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions. And we're going to get right into it. I'm going to shuffle the cards for comfort, but I really just want to channel right now. I feel like in my experience, in my 27 years, that we have boxed ourselves and allowed ourselves to be boxed and labeled in so many ways that it's preconditioned. We don't even realize that we box God. We box God. We also see God, most of us, as something that reigns outside. It's like another being, something that's unreachable, untouchable. You got to be a supreme being in order to be able to have this connection. We seek these connections through religion, through material things. All that's rooted outside of us, basically, because I can go on and on and on. It's like me in tarot cards, right? I am a natural channel, but for me to look to the cards for the answers and not within for the answers, take away from the experience, it take away from both of us, right? And I didn't even mean to say both of us, but I guess because you're the audience, it makes sense. But what I meant to say is like it just take away from me, right? We've been labeled all our lives by our parents, by friends, by people we love, people that didn't love us, by outside circumstances. Everything has always been validated outside. None of these things reroute you to the inside of you. Before I got on this video, I was seeing a person. Well, I feel like we've all seen this image because it's probably very common, where I'm seeing somebody with a book in their hand, and when they open up the book lit. But this time, instead of the book being outside of that person, I'm watching that person look at themselves, like look down at their solar plexus, and it opens up as if it's a book, and it's lit. That same light, that same glow, that the same divine essence is within that person. Anyway, me and my coworker, we were having a conversation, and I was getting to know her a little bit, and it all started to connect, and it all started to make sense on certain behaviors, right? Not saying it's from a place of judgment, but more so from a place of observation. I think it's so synchronistic that her name is Gloria. And I instantly think about something being glorious, glorified, a glow, the glow. This is also reminding me of that TV show Manifest, where these people, they went on a plane because it was a cheaper route, or for whatever reason they took this other route, and they end up getting chased by the glow. Now, at first they didn't understand it. None of us did, obviously, at the beginning of the series. But basically lightning struck their plane because a storm came out of nowhere. The storm came out of nowhere, and they thought that they went into the storm. They thought that he thought he flew in the middle of the storm simply because he felt as if that was his only route. It's all connected. He was divinely guided to do so. The whole time this storm chased them, they just so happened to be at the right place at the right time, even though it looked as if it didn't seem that way when they came back, because when they came back off flight 828, eights could be very significant. You could be seeing eights a lot. When they came off flight 828, it's like their brain had expanded, and they started tapping into a consciousness, like divine consciousness, but they didn't understand it. Man, it was from different walks of life. Anyway, I don't understand what point I'm being led when it comes to watching it, but I still feel like it's all connected. I was talking about the glow, and if you watch the show, then you'll understand. But I don't got the goddamn energy to sit here and go through 5 seasons with you. Great show to me, you know what I'm saying? And it was because I was able to watch it with my spirit and not just with my body, if you get what I'm saying. Watching it with my spirit eyes, listening with my spirit's ears. Okay, and that's still all connected. It's bringing me back to the point. We've boxed ourselves and put ourselves in cages because of conditioning that we unconsciously box a God. Like, why was I about to say a God? We unconsciously box God. It's like you judging yourself so harshly, trying to be perfect for something that has been exalted to you as perfection. Right? Have you ever thought that maybe how you feel about God was something that you adopted from somebody else? Have you ever really, like, truly ask yourself, really commune with God to try to really understand what is this almighty power that reigns outside of me? And you could be somebody that hear from time to time, oh, you are God, or you are a reflection, but you really don't understand it, right? And that's a trap in itself. The fact that I even said understand, under means to put you beneath something, when in reality we should be trying to understand things. Go within for the answer. You have the answers. Even in the religion that I grew up with, the Bible spoke on how God made us in his image, right? So if I'm a reflection and made in the image of God, and to be walking, breathing, living, coexisting the way I do with all these organs inside of a bigger organ, breathing, blood, plants grow according to what I need, there has to be some type of godlike power in the essence of that. The breath, wind, the element of air, that could be very significant. I'm speaking to somebody who is a creator. You are a creator. You co-create with the universe. Co-create. I was thinking to myself, like, free will. Free will. If we got free will, why is it that we also yearn for guidance outside of us, and we call that guidance God? Do I really have free will? And I'm like, free will just means that I have the freedom to do as I will, but it does not mean that damn, when I was driving, bro, the channel, I was just talking in the channeling and saying it out loud. I should have just recorded it. I didn't even think of that. It's like everything, I ain't gonna say it's gone, but it's almost as if I'm climbing to put the pieces all back together, which I also feel like is very significant. Okay, everything is a sign. I don't give a fuck who told you what. If you truly start being able to and really harness the power of listening to God, you're going to see it in everything. You're going to see it in everybody. Okay. Me and Gloria, we was also talking about therapy. And I thought about that. Like, I'm always somebody that has to, I ain't gonna say I overanalyze everything, but I definitely would flip it and reverse it in so many perspectives to truly, understand what this thing is. Therapy. Most therapists need therapy. So how could you lead me to the light if you still searching for it? Imagine going within yourself and really trying to reflect on what it means by everything is within you. Okay, if a God created me, he had to use his essence in order for me to still be here, for me to be here, for me to be able to exist. There has to be God in me. It has to be. Like, even if you think about that on a logical perspective, what else explanation would you have to come up with? What other explanation would you have to come up? Am I ready to let go of the burden of shame? No. What? The burden of shame? That's not even what they say. Burden of shame. Somebody is carrying a burden in which it's in regards to something they may be embarrassed about. But the funny thing about this is it's so light, I'm hearing. It's comical. I'm hearing like the spirits is laughing. It's like you may be embarrassed about something that really, it don't make no sense to be embarrassed about, right? I'm also getting the energy of looking at things from a different perspective. Why are you boxed in the perspective that was given to you, or in the perspective that you always operated out of? Ain't nothing wrong with changing your perspective. And listen, I'm not here to change y'all mind. I'm just here to open it. Give you a different perspective than the way that was given to you. If you notice, everything was fed to you. Everything. You were not taught to go within. You were not taught to feed off of you. You were not taught that everything was you. I'm telling you, once you're really able to really understand that, you're going to have so much respect for everything and everybody. You're going to start seeing people as not something or someone to judge, but more so start seeing yourself, what it really means when they say we are reflections of each other. Obviously, to a certain degree, God having an experience in multiple people. I just feel like in some of us, we've been so disconnected from ourselves that we don't even realize we are the source. We are the God. It's not to take away from, like I said, what reflects outside of us. It's not to take away from the essence of creation. It's to empower it. It's to empower you. It's not a lie. It's the truth. Science can back it. Because even down to your DNA and your anatomy, it reflects something in nature. You'll start having a different respect for nature. I'm hearing go green. You'll start having a different love for Earth. You'll really be able to understand what it means when they say that Earth is alive. Y'all, I'm just talking. I'm going on a tangent, okay? But stop burying yourself in shame, all because somebody else said that that's what you should be ashamed of. Why did we grow an embarrassment around falling? Why? Why do we even associate that with something bad when falling or tripping over something is not necessarily something you can control? Babies don't give a damn. Babies fall, bust they all day. I mean, they might cry because it hurt, but I don't think they're embarrassed because they fell in front of a lot of people. That's not their concern. Their concern is how they feel because of it. The pain, the trauma that came from it. But I feel like as adults, we've grown up and turned that trauma into something else. instead of it just being painful on a physical aspect. It didn't add or take anything away from you. In fact, I'll take that back. What I mean by it didn't take anything away from you. Anything, it added a new perspective. Maybe I should watch myself or be a little bit more careful or even slow down, because somebody here, you walk fast as hell. Like you running from something or running towards something. Slow down. Slow down. This is also in regards to the reflection of your mind. That means in your mind, you just going 90 north. But I feel like I'm picking up on somebody who's really questioning what it means. Or it's like you're trying to find another level to connect with God, wanting to connect deeper. The connection is within. It's time for you to realize that at the end of the day, stop looking at God as something outside of you. Only. If you're going to look at it as something outside of you, look around. Nature reflects. But remember that same essence that reign outside of you, that give you the energy that feels love, that make you feel as if it's like we accredit a being outside of us to the miraculous things that's happened in our lives when it was all a part of the plan anyway. Not only that, the reason why you were able to experience that miracle is because you made a choice that led you down that road, but you made that choice. That wasn't the choice of God, quote unquote. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying. If you're going to disassociate yourself with something that is huge, that's how you deepen that connection. Start having a better respect for yourself. Not only a better respect for yourself, but I'm sorry, my thoughts be going 90 north. I can channel something, I try to hold it and still speak, but then I forget. Girl, what can I do to make a difference? Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Something that you buried here, and it's bringing me back to shame and how what you think is shameful. If you wanted to wear 15 colors and somebody else didn't like it, why do it matter what they like? If you have your own world that you exist in, you do what makes you happy. I also feel like we put this shame on ourselves about how we should present ourselves to God. Listen, I feel like my spirit team love me even more because I am myself. That also helped me be comfortable with God, be comfortable with me, be comfortable with the idea that there is something outside of me supporting me. But if I can't come to this thing outside of me that's supporting me as myself, why do I even want to be a part of it? If I can't cuss when English language is a curse, then they're going to start making me ask questions too. Because I think that Spirit is saying, I heard ego. We've associated our egos and playing God with, what are you trying to say? That's a new channel for me. I like to sit in something, at least now in this journey that I'm on, before I just give it to the world. You know what I'm saying? But I do also respect, I did ask y'all to use me as a conduit. You see, the fact that I'm even able to have a conversation with what I know is supporting outside of me, right? But guess what? That energy is also within me. You know how many days I had to motivate myself? Because at the end of the day, I could hear spirit in my head all day. But hearing it out loud hit different. Telling yourself, motivating yourself, that shit hit different. I feel like I've been talking for 40 minutes and we only at 20 minutes. I'm doing good. But yeah, how can I surrender even more in this moment? Surrendering to oneself. Like, baby, all is it gonna take is for you to really realize who you are. And I promise you the game is going to change. And I feel like I'm about to cry right now because I would want to be nobody else. Really reflecting, getting to know myself, stripping my life of everything that I thought was bullshit. And I ain't say I'm perfect, but that's the beauty of living. That's the beauty of experience. That's the beauty. Being able to see beauty in things that was told to you and made to you that weren't beautiful. Man, I wouldn't want to be anybody else. Because truly understanding what it means to be a God or reflect that energy of God means to create and do what you want to do. Not because nobody else said it. Not because you feel like it's wrong. You don't think God will appreciate you being artistic? Because I feel like I'm picking up on somebody where you may feel as if your faith has changed and you feel like you're growing a little bit more with God, but you're in some type of religion. And you may have tattoos, or there's things, about you, the way you once expressed yourself, the things that made you happy at one point. You felt like you had to throw it away to please God. But God wants you to be you. God wants you to be free. When I have a conversation and I'm talking to God, I don't hold back. For what? Isn't that the beauty? Even the word God is a social construct. Because who said that energy even referred to itself as anything? Nameless. It's a frequency. Tap into the frequency, man, if you made it at this point in this video. There's something here that you're learning. There's something here. Repetition is important. You're not just going to hear it one time and think that it's just supposed to fall into place. No. Really start understanding the way God speaks to us. God can use your enemy to speak to you. You just got to be listening. We always looking for guidance. Since guidance is always right in our faces, within us. Your life depends on your choices. And naturally, nature will follow suit. So whatever it is that you choose will be supported. Because that's the power of you being the God in your life. But what are you choosing to support? What are you choosing to create? How are you choosing to use your free will? Because like I always say, I don't think God speaks languages, even if they can communicate with us through languages. I think the universe speaks frequency. Why else would what you're going through spiritually be reflecting in the physical? Why else? I feel so full of love, and sometimes I really don't want to talk about myself, because at one point I had this thing in the back of my head where if you, I don't know, I've been on this ever-growing journey with how much of my business I want to put out there. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand that this job takes, it's not even a job, this experience that I'm having with you right now, to be able to channel these messages, it takes vulnerability. It takes vulnerability. So I know that no situation I've been in is in vain. I know that what I've been through can also help somebody else, because somebody else either been through worse or been through similar. At the end of the day, we all made a choice. It's your choice. What life will you choose? Will you choose the life of confinement? Or will you choose the life of freedom? Will you stop judging yourself so much about things that you feel like God care about, when in reality, God care about your heart? Stop looking for outside sources to care anyways. Care about yourself. Care about you. Affirm to yourself. It's all good and dandy to listen to meditative music. Don't get me wrong, I use it. It's helpful. But do you ever just hum? Even if you sound horrible when you sing, hum or sing to yourself. Because even if it don't sound good, what frequency is emitting off of it? So many times that I've been singing to myself, humming, and it's like it feels so healing, like moving at the beat of my own drum, like my rhythm, really filling out who I am, really getting to know, getting to love who I am. It's okay to listen to affirmations, but are you affirming yourself? Repetition is key. It takes a lot to unlearn. A lot. We're not asking for change overnight. But effort. Stop like, oh my God, I want to cry right now, because I feel like somebody is so judgmental of their self, and then it reflects in how you move and the way you act. So judgmental of yourself. You critique everything about yourself. You feel like everything has to be this false ideology of what perfection is. Just breathe. Just be. Just exist for a moment. Even if it's 30 seconds. It's an experience that you don't feel often, which is automatically, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but liberating at the same time. The art of just letting go and being. Shit, I feel like this is a video I probably should have turned the camera around for, but shit, we 27 minutes in at this point. I don't know why I'm saying somebody sleep on a book and they wake up with so much knowledge. Sleep on a book. And it's bringing me back to the vision I said in the beginning of this video of how I seen a person open up a book, but they're looking at themselves from outside of themselves. Like they're looking down at their solar plexus chakra and the glow is emitting from them. And then it all makes sense. Somebody here is glitching. This message resonated with you a whole lot on so many levels, especially if you're able to decode, because sometimes I speak in riddles and I don't purposely do that. It's just something that happens when I channel. I'm tapping into a part of me that I just disassociated myself with. You see what I mean? That's not me. I remember when I first started doing this, I said, that's not me talking to you. I zoned out. I was possessed by a higher being. And I felt like I did that to also ground myself and humble myself, because the same messages that I was channeling, I was talking to myself. But now, as I've evolved in this journey, I learned that that was me the whole time. It's always been me. It's a part of me that I'm tapping into. But the beauty about grounding is you bring it back in. That's how you praise you. That's how you recognize the God in you. That's how you see you. To truly see yourself through the eyes of God is to see yourself naked. Not physically naked, but just like be free, let it all out. Somebody here, you can have a lot of anger balled up in you, a lot of questions, a lot of emptiness because you just don't quite understand. Or you may be trying to attain something that you don't understand why you haven't yet. And it's because you keep seeing it outside of yourself. Be it, embody it. Like most people would say, I'm not telling you to quit your job, but fuck that. If the God in you telling you that you don't supposed to be there, fuck it. If we really wanted to test our faith and test God, you know what I'm saying, or test ourselves, see if we can really truly be creators of our own lives. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not going to take you talking to yourself and getting yourself ready for a big jump. Excuse me. But the beauty started as soon as you got the ball rolling, the momentum. That way, when you finally do jump, you probably going to be able to learn how to fly and some more shit. It's giving me the energy of a plane taking off. There's always some type of gestation period. I feel like this is a very beautiful message. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't want to just press the button and not record anymore, or feel as if I'm not good enough. But at the end of the day, I persevered through it. I allowed the God in me to take over. It's almost like having an alter ego, right? That's so funny. That's so funny. I remember seeing that, reading that somewhere, but I didn't quite understand. Like alter ego is like somebody stepping into who they wish they could express themselves as, but they've caged themselves. Like there's under these confinement in another world. Like for example, Beyonce's alter ego is Sasha Fierce. She's disassociating herself with her everyday personality, because when she get on stage, another part of her come out, even though it may seem to be two different people. It's like one body, one being, one person experiencing different avenues of themselves. Sometimes I be asking questions and then I answer myself in the question. Everything I've said still led you back to the God in you. Oh God, this is a beautiful, beautiful message, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a mood to record some videos now. Love you, love what you are capable of. Explore you, get to know yourself. I'm telling you, getting to know who I was the best thing I could have ever did. The best fucking thing I could have ever did. I'm not letting nobody tell me what I can and can't do. I'ma just be. Point blank, period. I just channeled something, but I feel like that should be a different video. Anyways, I love you guys. Hopefully the message got to you. You heard it with your spirit. If you got to listen to this bitch multiple times, do what you got to do. Because like I said, I understand the power of repetition. If repetition wasn't powerful, you wouldn't be in the loop you're in. A constant state, a constant cycle, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Break the cycle. Do you know how unfuckwittable that'll make you? To think that a person knew you just yesterday and something that you learned changed your whole dynamic, your whole perspective, and now you a whole nother person tomorrow. That'll also keep things spicy. Man, listen, whatever was outside that breathed in me and made me who I am, boy, you intelligent. I love the difference. I remember when I first started this, or I got a part of my journey where I'm like, damn, everybody doing tarot. Like, God said, but they ain't doing it like you. And I started realizing, I said God said, but that's me. Myself said they ain't doing it like you. And not from a standpoint of feeling boastful, but from a standpoint of truth. They're not. We could all be saying the same thing, but the way I convey the message and the way they convey it is totally different. And guess what the beauty about that is? Both of our messages still helped the greater good. It's important for you not to compare yourself to other people. It's not fair. It's not fair to you. And it's not fair to that person, because now you're projecting unconsciously. And as a God, you're able to send those signals out in the universe to that person. You don't understand the weight and the magnitude that you're putting on another person by even projecting. Yes, it's that heavy. Yes, you're that powerful. But you weren't taught that, so I understand why. You can only meet a person at their capacity. How much space do you have? With that being said, I love you guys. I love you. I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening to this transmission. Thank you for listening to this message. Thank you for listening to yourself, because that's what's important. Remember that I'm not here to change your mind. Just open it, help you expand it, help you tap into the part of that brain that they say is junk. Nah. God wouldn't have gave it to you if it was junk. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of you that really creates telekinesis, teleporting. Shit that people building machines for, you can already do. Why you think they're doing it? It's just a replica. You are the blueprint. I love you. I appreciate you. See you later. Bye. I need to go get into some. Bye, y'all.